Dispatch, we have a code 3 in pursuit of a speeding electric bike heading south on 5th Avenue.
That electric bike is one of the 11 models we'll describe in this video. Let's go.
The electric bike market grew 240% over the last 3 years. You know what that means for you? More options than ever before. We're breaking down the 11 best real electric bikes, actually tested, available right now for under $500. Not the cheapest ones, the best ones at that price point. There's a huge difference between those two things. But before we get into the list, I need to explain something. Pay attention to this. There are three parameters that determine whether a sub-$500 e-bike is actually worth it or not. The first one is the motor. What I've seen is that most cheap bikes come with 250-watt motors. Do they work? Sure. But the moment you hit a hill, that motor starts struggling. In this price range, you want a minimum of 350 watts, ideally 500. The second is the battery. I don't care how many miles the manufacturer promises. What matters is the voltage and the amp hours. A 48-volt, 10-amp-hour battery gives you a real-world range of 25 to 30 miles. A 36-volt, 7-amp-hour battery? In practice, you're getting 15 miles if you're lucky. And the third one, which almost nobody talks about, is the real warranty. Not the one printed on the box, the one that actually has your back when something goes wrong. A 2024 Consumer Report study found that nearly 40% of low-cost e-bikes have some kind of failure within the first 12 months. 40%. I think the most common mistake people make is buying based on the sticker price alone. And these 11 bikes were picked specifically to save you from making that mistake. On the same page? Good. Let's get into it. The 11 best electric bikes for under $500. Number 1. Escute V100 from the brand Escute. The Escute V100, approximate price $559. We're including it on this list because there's a $60 discount coupon. We'll drop it in the video description. It comes with a 1,500-watt motor, top speed of 28 miles per hour, real-world range of 20 to 25 miles, depending on the terrain. Range up to 60 miles. Battery charges in 4 to 6 hours. 7-speed transmission. Dual disc brakes. 16-inch fat tires. And look, I think this bike is honest about what it is. It doesn't try to be something it's not. It's an entry-level bike for someone who's never owned an e-bike and wants to try it out without spending a ton. Ideal for urban riding and light off-road exploration. Number 2. Isenwheel M10 Pro. From the brand Isenwheel M10 Pro, around $499. 1,000-watt motor, top speed of 22 miles per hour, clean urban design, LCD display included. 374 watt-hour battery capacity, charges in 3 to 5 hours. Range of up to 55 miles on a single charge. 20-inch fat tires. Like most about the Isenwheel M10 Pro is the step-through frame. That means it's way easier to get on and off, especially if you're riding in the city and stopping constantly. In my experience, that detail seems minor until you're using it every single day. Then, it becomes non-negotiable. Number 3. From the brand Amyet. the Amyet EB26. You can grab this one from the official Amyet store for $449. What makes this bike special is something very few e-bikes at this price have going for them: the weight. It's incredibly light, 27 pounds. 27! That's wild. Most e-bikes in this range weigh between 40 and 50 pounds. If you need to carry it up to an apartment, throw it in a car, or take it on public transit, that weight difference changes everything. It comes with a 1,000-watt motor, top speed of 28 miles per hour, max range of 60 miles, 48-volt, 15-amp-hour battery, dual shock absorbers, Shimano 7-speed gears, 26-inch fat tires. Number 4. The Engwe T114 from the brand Engwe, available at the official Engwe store for just $499. Engwe has been making bikes for over 10 years. That doesn't guarantee it's perfect, but it does mean there's a real customer service team behind it. And finding the Engwe T14 at this price is honestly kind of insane. That track record is worth more than it looks. The T14 runs a 250-watt motor. Yes, that's the weak spot, but it has a front fork with multi-point suspension, which makes a real difference for city riding on rough pavement. Top speed of about 15.5 miles per hour. Battery charges in 6 to 8 hours. Mechanical disc brakes. The Engwe T14 delivers a genuinely smooth ride. Number 5. The Escute D300 Adventurer. You can get it for $495. It comes with a 1,200-watt motor. To put that in perspective, 500 watts on a bike under $500 is almost unheard of. What I've seen at this price point is that manufacturers always cut corners on the motor. Escute didn't do that here. Speed of 28 miles per hour, real-world range of up to 25 miles, and a community of riders on forums and YouTube that's been backing this brand for years. For me, that's just as important as any spec sheet. The quick swap removable battery takes 4 to 5 hours to fully charge. Full charge gets you up to 80 miles. 160mm dual disc brakes. Smart NFC LCD display. Number 6. The Escute C200. Escute C200 Fat Tire, $489. 26-inch all-terrain tires, 1,300-watt motor, handles sand, dirt, snow, and pavement. Speed of 28 miles per hour. The removable battery takes 6 to 8 hours to charge and gets you up to 70 miles. A viewer of the channel reached out not too long ago and told me something I haven't forgotten. I bought a cheap fat tire without doing my research, and the motor burned out going up a small hill. Well, the Escute C200 Fat Tire has the motor to make sure that never happens to you. Number 7. The Isenwheel M40 Folding, $499. And look, this bike honestly shouldn't exist at this price. Premium design, built-in intelligent display, 500-watt motor, app connected to your phone showing your speed up to 28 miles per hour, range, and stats from every ride. Its removable 374-watt-hour battery charges in a record 3 to 4 hours. And on a full charge, the Isenwheel M40 gets up to 55 miles. There are $800 bikes that don't have any of that. The thing is, Isenwheel has spent years building a rock-solid reputation in the affordable e-bike space, and the Isenwheel M40 Folding is their most aggressive push on price. If you want a city bike that looks sharp, has real technology, and doesn't make you feel like you bought something second-rate, this is your pick. Number 8. The Isenwheel U8, $499. 1,000-watt motor, top speed of 28 miles per hour. The integrated removable battery runs on 48 volts. That's the first thing that caught my eye. Most bikes at this price use 36-volt batteries. Isenwheel U8 doesn't, and that 12-volt difference translates to more torque, faster charging, and a battery that holds up longer over time. Real-world range of up to 35 miles. 35 miles for under $500 with a 48-volt battery. Go Google that, because that combo is genuinely hard to find. Number 9. The Lectric XP. And this is where everything shifts. Folds. 500-watt motor, front suspension, color display, and when it's folded, it fits in the trunk of a regular car. $499. In my time covering this market, the Lectric XP is the brand I've seen show up most consistently on best value lists from outlets like Wired, The Verge, and Bicycling Magazine. That's not a coincidence. That's a track record. You need a bike you can bring inside your apartment at the end of the day? Because if you do, this conversation is already over. This is your bike. Number 10. The K6 Pro from EBike. For just $499, you can get what is easily the most eye-catching bike on this list. A powerful 1,500-watt motor, top speed of 43 miles per hour, 4-inch tires, and when you fold it, it takes up about as much space as a large suitcase. I think this model solves the biggest problem with fat tire bikes at this price. They're usually huge and a pain to transport. The EBike K6 Pro isn't. Real-world range of 20 to 28 miles. Not the highest on the list, but for everything else this bike brings to the table, that's completely reasonable. Foldable pedals with reflectors. Shimano 8-speed freewheel. Magnesium alloy frame. 48-volt LED front light. 180mm hydraulic disc brakes. Number 11. The EBike F6. The F6 is built around a 750-watt motor that handles hills with no problem, paired with a Shimano 7-speed drivetrain. 48-volt, 20-amp-hour battery, 960 watt-hours of capacity, giving you a range of 70 miles without sweating the battery. Perfect for short to medium-distance rides. 3-inch wide tires with more grip and solid traction across all kinds of terrain. The EBike F6, that wraps up our list of the 11 best electric bikes for under $500 on the market right now. Having 11 options is great. Still, not knowing which one to buy, that's not. If you're riding every day in the city, commuting, getting between fixed points, go with the EBike Pro or the Lectric XP. Design, tech, and practicality all in one package. If you need to get off the pavement, if your route has dirt, gravel, or uneven ground, the Escute D300 Adventurer and the Isenwheel MTEN Pro are the only two on this list that are genuinely built for that. And if you want the absolute best e-bike possible for under $500, no compromises, the Isenwheel U8 is the answer. Full stop. Links to all of them are in the description with current pricing, because prices change, and what's $500 today might not be $500 next week. If after watching this you're still not sure whether $500 is enough for what you actually need, I've got a video where I compare $650 bikes against $11,000 bikes. Yeah, $11,000. The answer is not what you'd expect. It's right up there. Check it out before you make any decisions. See you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.